well. I'm John Hanton. I'm a freshman here at ISU, and I'm originally from Hayworth, Illinois, so about 20 minutes south of ISU. And what brought me here, do you want to know, what interested me about ISU?
Whatever you say.
Well, probably the two things that brought me here was, one, the musical theater program I heard was really good, so I want to be a part of that, and then the circus.
How do you live on campus or do you commute?
I live on campus.
Okay, so how has that transition been for you, coming from a small town to normal?
I'll be honest, I'd say it's probably about the same as anyone else who came from a small town and came to a larger campus. Well, I have been exploring, but I don't think there's really a set place that I hang out. I just kind of go wherever.
Okay.
But I'd say my central hangout would be South Horton Fieldhouse, because that's for circus practices. Well, musical theater kind of came from my freshman year of high school. I really regretted not trying out for our play that year. So my sophomore year, I finally got the courage to try out for Sound of Music, and I got the part of Friedrich. And from there, it kind of just sparked my love for theater. So I was in 3 different choirs and was the male lead in our musicals for the following 2 years. And so I'm just like, I kind of want to make a living out of this. So, yeah. And then for circus, I was a gymnast since I did rec classes starting when I was 5, and I started competing when I was 10. And then my sophomore year of high school, I tried out for our cheer team. So I was the first and only male cheerleader at our school ever. And I came here, and circus just kind of fit me. So gave it a try, and I love it. Well, I kind of have 3 different dreams. And if any of them came true, it would be fantastic. One of them would be to be on Broadway. That would be an experience of a lifetime. Another one would be to be in Cirque du Soleil, because that circus, it combined my theatrical background with my gymnastics background, and now my circus background. Yeah. I would love to do it. And then my other one would be to be a stunt person.
Imagine being the first male cheerleader ever at your school. Mm-hmm. How did that make you feel?
It was weird at first, because obviously people at my school weren't ready for that. In my entire history of our school, we've never had a male cheerleader.
Okay.
And so when I came along, people were like, what? Those exist? Guys can be cheerleaders? And of course I was kind of met with ridicule a little bit my sophomore year that I did it. But once they saw what I could actually do, I wasn't there just to cheer. I was mostly there to flip and to tumble and to get the crowd pumped because of that. Once they saw that I could do that, it took a complete 180, and everyone loved it. All my friends that I had and all the cheerleaders loved me, because only guy on the cheer team, and I could flip. Anytime someone would say something, either one of the cheerleaders or one of my friends that was with me would say something back to them, and they would just shut up. And so after a while, they just kind of stopped. And it made it a lot easier.
Yeah. Does that make you a stronger person?
Oh, yeah. It makes it easier, just when someone is saying hurtful things to you, just be like, you're just one person out of the 500 that are friends with me, so you're fine.
Tell me your happiest moment.
Happiest moment. I'm gonna be really cheesy on you, and something that I haven't even discussed, but my 2-year anniversary with my girlfriend. It was just recently. It was September 19th.
Really?
Going home and seeing her face light up when I saw her again, it was great.
Okay, so you got a girlfriend, 2 years, happiest moment. So is she the one?
I hope so. I'll be honest.
What about her do you like?
Her laugh is fantastic. She thinks it's the most hideous thing in the world, but I think it's adorable. She's probably the only one that can stand my quirks, I guess I could say. I'm very weird. If you got to know me, you would definitely see that. She and I just go too well together.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like, I don't know. We just work.
Now, what's been your saddest moment?
My saddest moment, it was probably the summer between my 7th and 8th grade year. And that was when the ridiculing was just my 7th grade year was awful.
Mm-hmm.
The ridiculing just was nonstop. It was junior high. People didn't have a filter. They didn't know when to stop. And yeah, it just drove me to a point that was just, it was terrible.
Did you think about transferring schools or?
I did, but I knew my parents wouldn't want to move, and there's no other schools close to us.
Mm-hmm. So
I knew that I couldn't do that.
How did you get through that as a 7th grade kid? That can probably be hard to go through something like that. And like you said, in 7th grade, people don't have filters. They don't understand, what is actually coming out of their mouths. So how did you, being the same age, kind of rise above that and get through it?
Friends, a lot of counseling, especially after my little incident where,
You had an incident?
Yeah. Thank God I don't know how to use a belt.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it reached, it was awful. I would be coming home from school in tears almost every day.
Uh-huh.
And the summer between 7th grade and 8th grade year, my parents weren't home and I did try, but thankfully it didn't work.
Yes.
And after that, it just made me... I'm kind of thankful for that moment because it made me really look back at my life. And looking back at it now, I see what I would have missed out on, all the things that I would have never been able to do. Mm-hmm. And after that, I definitely realized that I needed counseling just to help for someone to talk to.
Right.
And so that definitely helped a lot.
What advice would you give someone going through the same situation? Who kind of got to that same breaking point that you hit?
Find people who know what you're going through, and trust me, there are plenty of people that know what you are going through. And then don't be afraid to admit to yourself that you need help.
Yeah.
That you need someone who, is there to talk to you and can help you. That's what I would say. Because I would have never been able to go through that if it wasn't been for our fantastic counselor at my school.